This is number 6. She's my sister.
Oh, and she also did...
This thing is alive?
She did not get petrified for as permanently as we thought. I guess it's a good sign for Kaine, but also...
My sister is the greatest weapon ever made.
Also, that's bad.
Yes, what of it?
With her power behind us, I could eradicate my petrification curse.
What do we do?
First, you have to promise me something.
Yeah?
If my sister somehow manages to swallow me up. If my original self becomes lost, I'm afraid I may try to hurt all of you. And if that happens...
No, don't!
I want you to kill me.
Well, that was quick.
You have to get him out of there now.
I'm on it. You're not going to lose anyone else.
I didn't know this thing crawled on all fours. That makes it even creepier. I don't quite get, like, the way they were able to imprison this thing was because Emil could petrify it, right? So how come
Hurry, there's still time
its
to
power
save
is the
the
only thing that can stop petrification? Are we actually timed on this? I hope not. Also, that sword does truly nothing. So let's stick with the spears then. Maybe I have to... Oh. We have to hit the head. No, this is magical.
The only way to damage this one.
Thanks, Weiss. Ooh, and it can also walk. Nothing.
Stop hopping around and fight me!
Not hopping around, just kind of standing there, actually. There is, I think it's a very good, I think it's happened in a couple horror movies, very good horror trope of thing that you thought was very, like, primeval because of the way it walked around, then suddenly gets up to stand on 2 legs. That is very,
Such attacks will hurt Emil as well.
okay.
How is magic any different?
Good question.
The lad is highly resistant to
How
it.
do you know that?
Then let's kill that thing with magic and get Emil out of there!
Ow. Did that do anything? Those might not have hit. That sucks. But yeah, the mismatch of, like, Emil was the only thing that could stop number 6 because he could petrify it.
Emil, we're coming for you.
Come
Ow.
back to us.
Oh, it's like shooting out death throws. Or not really, we're only like 2/3 of the way there, but... strange that it can nullify magic, and yet magic was used to seal it away. Although, apparently not permanently. Apparently it's still alive, which is spooky. Maybe petrification was like very short term, but that allowed them to lock it in this cell and then just leave it alone forever. That might be what it is. Ow. Ow. Oh, the big one leaves a shockwave. That's one of the things that keeps hitting me. Not the only thing that keeps hitting me. I know I'm not getting a platinum on this one, but I've been knocked down a couple of times and I wasn't sure what did it. It was that. Ow! It also lands with a shockwave. Okay, yeah, blast is probably the best way to do this. Oh, maybe not. Not enough to get it in one. Although I got pretty close. Dang, that's a chunk of health. I will say, this thing is scary. I don't think it's even the hardest boss we fought so far yet. Kind of wild that this is meant to be the ultimate weapon. It's a tough weapon, to be sure. But ultimate? Anytime any fiction says that something is the ultimate weapon, it's like I think it might get worse than this. Ow. Alright. Okay, I know he's resistant to magic, but let's be... Presumably number 6 is also resistant to magic, so are they not resistant in the same fashion? Oh, we're gonna crucify it again, aren't we? With the damage we're doing it to it still not damage it about as much as Emil? Why is Emil more resistant to it than this thing is?
My sister. Thank you.
Emil!
Yeah?
Are you all right?
I'm still alive! I can feel my sister's power flowing! I can control my abilities now!
Doesn't look like it.
We're all quite pleased. Now get out here already.
Just a second. I can't see very well. No! Don't! Don't look at me!
Why did I get gameplay for like 3 seconds?
Good God.
Weiss, what did we say? We're trying to speedrun this? Tell him right away he looks fine and we're not going to judge him. Oh, NieR is trying to speedrun it.
Come back, Emil.
But that is a really sweet way to do it.
A lot.
But my body...
Yeah, I know.
I can't stand to be with you when I look like this.
What did I tell you? We're here for you, no matter what. Can you see my face?
It's way more hideous than yours. We've all seen the character model.
You look just like I thought you would.
That feels very backhanded, Emil, but I'll let it slide.
You look really cool.
Okay. Now you're just being nice.
Knock it off.
I think I'm okay now. I know this is how I look now. I was terrified at first, but I think I'm okay with it.
Hey, speedrun accomplished, I guess.
I have the magic I wanted, and I can use it to bring Kaine back to life.
Emil.
We should hurry. She's waiting. I sure hope seeing me doesn't petrify her. You know, in fear.
I see this transformation has not stolen your terrible sense of humor.
Actually, arguably, Emil had no sense of humor before that line. Famously a kid who was like very stressed out about everything and didn't make any jokes. Oh, just automatically healed up. That's nice. Sure, I'll save my progress. That's a nice thing. Yeah, I know I joked about speedrunning the processing, and that last conversation there is, I think, a little bit... pacing there feels a little bit wonky. I really appreciate that NieR's response is not to say, hey, you have nothing to be upset about, no need to cry, everything's going to be okay. It's just, I'm here for you. I know this sucks, but I'm still here for you. I'm not going to judge you. And he allows Emil to have a moment to essentially like grieve any semblance of a normal life because he just looks like this now, and just lets him cry. Doesn't really try to stop that or make that any better because he knows he can't change that. I think that's a lot of fiction I think has the temptation to be like, oh, through the power of friendship, we can show this person that there's nothing to worry about, and everything's going to be okay, and everything is okay. And I always appreciate the more mature take of, no, when something messed up happens to you, it's okay to take a minute and be upset about it. Even if all of your friends are not going to judge you for it, and even if all of your friends are still going to be there for you, and all of that, that doesn't change the fact that you personally should be allowed to process some very heavy emotions. And the power of friendship can't instantly fix that. It can just make it feel better and help you process it better. I appreciate any media that goes all in on that message rather than, hey, we're your friends, so be happy. And the character goes, you're right, I'm happy now. I think that's a little, oh yeah, I leveled up again just now. I think if I level up in a cutscene, I never get any notification for it. That's probably how it goes. I said all my thoughts. I appreciate a game that has a more emotional maturity than power of friendship will instantly fix everything.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Here we go.
We didn't see much of your sister, but real personality-wise seems very different. But all right, buddy. Now, is this going to unpetrify the stone behind her? Because there was a very important reason we did do this. Are we undoing that too? Should we be ready for another boss fight right off the bat? I guess so.
The beast approaches.
Oh, I got it.
I automatically healed up before that last boss fight, so I'm good now. Ah, good to use Beastbane again.
This creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. He dies today. My sword feels lighter.
Oh, it does?
Not the blade, but the skill of the user.
Thanks.
Strike him down.
Thanks, man. How's that? Careful about the books. A lot of important history in here. In 5 years, we haven't repaired the ceiling. Like, I know there's a lot of other things happening, but certainly, like, there's one person in the village who is in the perfect Goldilocks area of skilled enough to repair a roof physically, not physically skilled enough to be a soldier. And surely that person could have worked on the ceiling. Because it takes multiple people to fix a ceiling in using olden times technology.
Stay alive.
I guess.
Stay alive.
Is she
Grandma.
wounded? Is there any reason why she would
Kaine, you gotta live.
need to fight for
You
this?
gotta come back to us.
Holy shit, you look rough. NieR.
Emil, you were the one calling me, huh?
You still recognize me?
Yeah, sure. I knew you right away.
Thank you. Kaine.
Good to see you, Kaine.
You look like shit. How long has it been?
5 years.
Feels like it's only been 2 levels, but still.
Oh, that's a long time. Any luck with Yonah?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
This is for you.
Just trust me. There was something in my hand. It was just really, really small.
Lunar tears. Did you make this?
It's just a little welcome back gift. It's not much, I know.
Okay, so I guess lunar tears are, like, available. You had 5 years to gather them up.
It's nothing like the one Grandma used to make, but... oh, hell. Thanks.
Excuse me.
I have to ask again. They haven't really clarified. Hey, Popola. Do lunar tears have any, like, actual magical use? I know we told that fairy tale to Yonah, and then it seemed like that fairy tale was probably not totally true. Was it at least slightly true? We never really clarified. Can the lunar tears actually do anything? We know Kaine does like lunar tears. We did see her with a kind of lay of lunar tears, so that is very sweet. But I'm just curious. Is there anything else going on with the tears?
Popola, we did it. We freed Kaine.
Sorry for risking the entire town without even telling you, but we're good. It's fine.
That's great. Listen, can I talk to you for a minute?
Really, really underwhelming reaction there, but okay. Underwhelmed.
This
makes more
doesn't make
sense.
sense.
Please, try to understand.
I'm under arrest just because I allowed a giant monster shade that killed hundreds of people out of its prison without telling anyone? What's wrong with that?
People are tired and scared, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
It's crap.
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, look at me. As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
I'm sorry.
We'll see you later.
We're sorry.
Hey, Popola, first kind of fucked up thing you've done so far. If you're the mayor, you should be able to tell the townsfolk to fuck off.
What's the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. How could I have not noticed that? How selfish am I? What the hell is wrong with me?
We should turn in.
I didn't get much sleep that night. I wanted to blame Devola for everything. Isn't Popola the one in charge? Why is Nev? I wanted to grab Popola and strangle her. Just both of them. Devola just kind of hangs around town and sings, but anger won't accomplish anything. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. For the sake of protecting it from the horrifying threat of the Shades. If Devola and Popola are to blame, then I am equally at fault. For not stopping for a moment to think about Kaine and Emil. Emil's death confirmation, March 1st, 2030. Body 99.999% likely that of a Red Eye. Death of Red Eye confirmed. 13th Expeditionary Force ordered home. Legion movements untraceable. Emil's been living in a mansion up until tonight, so the thing about not thinking about Emil doesn't quite make sense, but the Kaine thing is sweet. Sleep well? Sure. Well, if you say so. I need to go see Devola and Popola. Very well. Release! I don't even know what that one is for. I guess maybe just the kind of lore dump going on. Got a gold moonflower seed. Got 900 gold. Hey, has my farm grown anything? The fuck no, it hasn't. I'm curious. I'm kind of curious. The only explanation for it's been literally 5 years. The only explanation I can think of that I'd be sort of okay with is if it uses the Xbox's external clock. So like real life time has to pass. Like maybe after a week of real life, it goes, yeah, your crops have grown. Because the amount of time that has passed in-game, insane that these are still seedlings. Anyways. Nothing in the mailbox. Not too much has happened, but hey, we killed the giant shade. Alright. Okay, now that all the cutscenes have stopped, we have a little more time to process.
I fear the next card fate holds for us.
What the fuck do you want, old man? You chased Emil out of town. Fuck you. I guess we can talk about how Emil looks right now. I love that it kind of pulls an Uno reverse card. I knew the transformation was coming. I actually thought it happened later in the game. I thought we fought this thing, but then the actual transformation of what Emil looks like happens later. I was wrong about that. He looks like this now. I was going to say, oh yeah, I love the kind of reverse Uno card that Yoko Taro pulls by having you be creeped out by number 6. It looks very spooky and unsettling, and you're like, yeah, I can't wait to kill that thing. And then it goes, hey, now your best friend looks like that. Deal with that. And, you know, I think it is especially looking at a fictional game where you can distance yourself. Who are you talking to? You talking to me? I'm not allowed to be running around? I saved your asses. You can kind of distance yourself a little bit. It would be more difficult probably in real life, but I would hope that the kindness of humanity would make it so that if this were to happen to a good friend of mine and hopefully yours, not hopefully it happens to a friend of yours, but hopefully for you, if it were to happen to a friend of yours, you would be able to react similarly to NieR and just say, I'm not going to judge you, I'm still your friend, I'm still here for you, I'm not going to look at you any differently. Love that. But it does still... The game sets you up to be like, that thing is ugly, I can't wait to kill it, and then goes, no, fuck you, this is your friend now. I think that's a cool thing. And yeah, for anyone who knows anything about Yoko Taro, you probably have seen that skull face that Emil is now wearing before. Because Yoko Taro, I think what it is he's very shy. He's very introverted and does not like showing his face in interviews and stuff. So his public persona, he will just go to events and wear that Emil mask And that's just that is like his public facing persona is him in that mask. And as a result, it's also kind of become, I think, the almost the logo of the entire franchise. You'll see that face everywhere when people talk about NieR. And I don't know. I just think that's very cute and fun that he feels uncomfortable talking to a bunch of people in public, and so he kind of draws from a work he has created to give himself strength and courage. And given that Emil also is very self-conscious and nervous about what he looks like to others, the idea that Yoko Taro uses that as a source of strength, I think is really cute. I love that. I think that's wonderful. I don't think we have many other people to talk to. I've just been walking around to see if that next big plot chunk activated any more side quests, but no, it looks like it's just this.
Hey.
Hi. Kind of thought you'd never talk to us again. This is bigger than you or Popola. It's about the whole damn village. I know, but regardless, you should go talk to Popola. I think she wanted to discuss the Shadow Lord with you. I can do that. Oh, and also... Yeah? Sorry about yesterday. Kind of flew off the handle. No, you didn't. Besides, it was our fault in the first place. Let Emil and Kaine know that we're sorry, alright? I'll do that.
Oh.
I like how it's our fault, we messed up. Are you going to undo that decision? No. No, they still have to sleep outside permanently, but we are sorry that we made the mistake of doing that. Very, very politician-y of you, Devola. And you're not even a politician. Your twin sister is. I don't even know why you were involved in this. Truly seems like your job is to find work for the main character and to sing. Which, to be clear, I'm not saying that in a derisive way. That's a perfectly fine living to make. But it does not mean that you should also get to be involved in the decision to kick people out of town. Popola. Oh, hello. Look, I want to apologize for yes. Stop. Don't you dare. You had every right to be upset. I understand why you did what you did, even if I don't agree. You're just trying to protect the villagers. It's not your fault. Well, I still feel terrible, just so you know. I'm not going to undo it, though. That would be ridiculous. Ahem. I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us. Oh, right, yes, about that. You know about the lost shrine, right? The temple where I was first discovered. That's it. And it seems that the Shadow Lord's lair is connected to it somehow. Oh-ho! It was right under our pages the whole time. But the entrance is sealed off, and the bridge that led us there. So take a boat. A boat? Yes, the trade waterway's been repaired. We've been using it a lot recently. With all the shades running around, it's safer than trying to cross the plains. There's a landing point near the path to the Lost Shrine's back entrance. I let the ferryman know about you. He'll take you wherever you need to go without charge. That should make it easier for you to move from town to town. Thanks, Popola. I feel like you've done so much for me. Can't believe I was such an ass to you earlier. It's been established. I can't believe it, because she did do a fucked up thing. That you can be... I'll wait till the conversation's over. I told you not to worry about it, so don't. Alright. I'll see you around. Yeah. And for the love of everything, be careful. I think you can get angry at someone when they do something super wrong, and then not have to feel bad about the fact that you did that. If the thing that went wrong is not fixed by the next day, if it is a long-term issue that they have caused, you can get angry at them, and then even when you're done being angry at them, not be like, oh, I was so stupid for getting angry at you. I can't believe I got angry. It's like, no, it was a very valid thing to get angry about, my man. The path above the entrance to the shopping district should take me to the boat landing. Isn't that the place that's been locked off from me? Also, I'm now, like, getting more and more worried that I'm gonna lock myself off from side quests. What do we have to do? We gotta go fucking fishing. I don't know if I can.
I fear the next.
I gotta do some stuff in Facade, and I don't even know if I'm allowed to go over there yet, so I mean, I'll double check, but... Maybe I should not be worried about not doing things that I can't do. Oh. Alright. But she did mention that I can get from town to town ways. Hey, guys! Hell yeah. Got both of our boys. Not boys, but both of our folks. That being said, I think we are good for now to, April 5th. Whenever I read a letter from Dad, I really feel like I need to see him again. I feel like we're good to use the fast travel... Maybe this is not a fast travel system, but it sounded like it was, and maybe I'm good to use it once before I lock myself off from more plot. That would be kind of crazy. We just started Act 2. That's not going to happen. Surely. That would be ridiculous. That would be stupid and dumb of me if I were to reach any more uncompletable quests. Oh, that's not how I get up here. There it is. Those kids doing okay? Nope, no, they're gone.
Sup?
Ho there! Popola told me about you. Just tell me where you're going and I'll say you're there. No charge. Awesome. Can't get to Facade, but I think this leads to... we just did some main plot. Let's check off a couple of... It's gonna be better for us in the long run if we just check off a couple of side quests in between every main quest thing. Don't know what that journal thing was. Okay, I believe he has the bubble over him because he leads to the next quest line. That being said, we're looking for sandfish, aren't we? I can't even see where the thing is. Oh, there it is. It's down there. I see it now. Oh, boy. Gotta do it at some point. Might as well do it now. I guess it was a big, chonky one, considering you fell the fuck over. And it's smaller than some of the carps we've caught, I'm pretty sure.
Haven't fished in a while, huh?
I guess it has been 5 years.
I have not grown weary of it yet.
I promise you I have.
Not really. No.
Come on, NieR. Get with the program.
There's just something about catching a fish that makes you feel alive.
Perhaps you are forgetting the reason you went fishing in the first place.
Look, everyone needs a break sometime.
No, I'm doing it for Yonah. That's the only explanation why I would go through with all this shit. Dun, dun, dun. 2 episodes into the Fallout show. It's pretty good shit. I'm enjoying that. I wouldn't say surface level knowledge, but I don't know a ton about Fallout. I played a little bit of Fallout 3. I think I've played a little bit of New Vegas. I've certainly watched my brother play a good chunk of New Vegas. And then I've watched H-Bomber Guy's videos on Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, which I like H-Bomber Guy a lot. I also know that his opinions on, like, media, his takes on issues such as plagiarism and climate change and vaccines Very well studied. He does a very good job of poking holes in conspiracy theories and stuff like that. That stuff is all really well done. When it comes to, like, here's my personal opinion on this thing, I know it's not definitive. I know sometimes he actually has quite controversial takes. But he's very clearly well researched and thinks a lot about the things he's saying. So even if I'm not going to necessarily, I promise I'm going into a long tangent on this, but I don't know, I'm bored. You might think if I say my main knowledge of the Fallout universe is H-Bomber Guy's videos, then you might go like, oh, well, I don't agree with H-Bomber Guy's takes on Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, so I no longer trust Flint's opinion on Fallout because that's his only source of information. I know to take H-Bomber Guy's personal opinions on video games with a grain of salt. But I do know, like, I learned a lot from those videos because they're both like 3 hours long. All right, so what I'm saying is, I would say I have more than surface level knowledge of Fallout. I also, when I was young, did like a lore dive, and here's a fun thing: if you haven't played a Fallout game and you just read about the lore of Fallout, it's like you figure it's a horror game. I read the backstory of what actually caused the apocalypse in Fallout, and I was at a young enough age that I like lost a little bit of sleep over it because I was like, that could really happen. Nuclear war is an actual thing that could happen, and the amount of detail and lore about the nuclear war in Fallout has enough chonkiness to it that I was like, that feels really realistic. That could happen tomorrow. Even though in hindsight, like, there's a lot of details that the world of Fallout is considerably different from modern day. But regardless, if you only read lore about Fallout and you don't actually experience the game, you get a much different picture of it than if you actually play it and you go like, oh, like there's certainly like a lot of serious, it's not a comedy, it's not Borderlands, but like there's kind of a playful vibe to this, and there's a little bit of goofiness in parts of it that I really was not expecting. And I am glad that I proceeded to learn more about the actual vibe of Fallout before watching the show, because I feel like, you know, again, I'm not an expert, so perhaps this is a silly thing to say. I feel like the show, I'm only 2 episodes in, the show's doing a very good job of matching the vibe of the games. Of, you know, it's very serious and gory at parts, and very, there's real characters dealing with real issues, but also it's a little goofy sometimes. It's a little weird and wacky and quirky, and I think the show is doing a very good job balancing that. Oh, that was it? Oh, it's just 3. It's not even 5. Just 3. God bless. What else do I need? A lot of... Oh, that's junk heap stuff, probably. Wait, I thought I'd get 3 of these. I do have to get 3 of these. Why does it say I've retrieved it? Do I have to check in for every single crate? Okay, since we're in the desert, let's stop by Facade and take care of a couple things there. Ooh, it's not wolves anymore. There are now shades in the desert. You can kind of feel things have progressed. Oh, well, there's still scorpions, so that sucks. Are we going to talk about the graveyard every single time we set foot in here? No, not this time. Just the first couple times. Yeah. Where was I? The 3 protagonists of the show are really neat so far. You have a very... They really sell the spectrum of Fallout protagonists in that you can be a goody two-shoes if you want, and that is a viable way to play. You can also be, and that's Lucy. Lucy's a fantastic protagonist, and I'm glad I know, I'm not looking into it too much, but I've not heard too many people complain about Lucy, and she's very much the kind of character where I could see dumb corners of the internet getting really upset about it. Oh, is Emil... Yeah, Emil is allowed to just wander around. It's just the village that's fucked up. That's sweet. Seafront probably won't like him either, but... that's lovely that here he's allowed to... I guess people assume he's wearing a mask, so they probably think he fits right in. Shit, I just realized I have to talk to everybody in the city. Let me finish my thoughts real quick on the show so far. Lucy's kind of a goody two-shoes, but she does a great job. I was worried that the internet would treat her as a Mary Sue because she is very capable and competent, but also that's like in all the numbered Fallout games, to my understanding, the main character is a vault dweller entering the surface world for the first time, and has a bunch of pre-written stats that allows them to be good at combat, so that fits with the games perfectly fine. It's not a Mary Sue thing at all. It's literally what all the protagonists of Fallout are like, with the possible exception of New Vegas. I don't know if... Again, I haven't played a ton of New Vegas. I don't know if it's ever established if the courier was a vault dweller or not, because the story starts on the surface. Regardless, love that. Love how Maximus is like a decent person, it seems like, but is also willing to do some fucked up stuff. I'm only 2 episodes in. I have no idea what direction the character goes from there, but I love that he is a very, like, a very morally neutral character of, I cheer for him, I'm happy to follow him, but he's not, like, a great person. He's not amazing. He's not a goody two-shoes like Lucy is. And then you have the ghoul, who you get to see his first scene of the show. You get to see his backstory right away. Not all of his backstory, but you get some context for him. And there's like, you have sympathy for him, and he seems like he is or was a good person. And then you see him in the main timeline, and you're like, oh man, that's a villain. Great villain. Who, and that's only 2 episodes in. He hasn't done anything incredibly villainous yet, but you can tell he's a baddie. He's a bad boy, and that also feels like it represents a very valid style of playing through Fallout. I love that we have these 3 characters that kind of show this spectrum of how you can approach the world of Fallout. I think it's really cool. Anyways, we're going to do a lot more talking to people, because 5 years have passed before we've chatted with these guys. Since we've chatted with these guys. A lot of times I'm in the middle of a sentence, and I just use one wrong word, and then you know exactly what I meant, but if you look at it, the sentence technically makes no sense. I'm trying to be better about that, because sometimes I just talk too fast to actually think about what... Emil's just vibing. It sounded like I was about to complain, but nah, he's just vibing.